This is getting boring.
We are all puppets on a string, Mr. Tannhauser. You are nothing but a pawn in my new narrative.
Did we seriously just step out of a phone booth?
We did. Wait, there is another way?
I don't have to answer that. What's it like on the other side?
Different. Hard to describe.
Just try. How does it feel? The transition, I mean.
Hans, we have no time for that right now.
Please, I need to know.
Well, you can imagine it as a rift, a junction in space-time. Your mind enters a stage of near transcendence. There are no thoughts, no words, no sounds or visions, no sense of self. And suddenly, bam, you see a myriad of possibilities exploding right in front of you.
Can you elaborate?
I'm not an expert, but, well, I think it's coming from the neural network making up your consciousness. It temporarily disintegrates during the experience and then suddenly reintegrates. The real world, its outlines become somewhat twisted, warped. You may feel some sort of tranquility. Now that I think of it, yes, there's a certain peaceful quality to it. And a deep realization of cosmic quality when you see yourself reflected in the universe. It is an extraordinarily distinctive sensation. You have to try it sometime.
Like, say, an insubstantial, incorporeal blackness? Somewhat energetic? Astronomical? The void?
Exactly. How do you know that?
I think I've seen it.
Listen. I came to you because I see something in you. You are different. Please help me to get home. And help your people by stopping that woman. I don't think she knows of the dangers she's going to unleash. Your world is going to collapse. Everything will collapse. Just look, we need to stop her.
But how? She's insane.
We need to come up with a quantum discriminator somehow.
I don't want to be here at all.
Yet here you are. Sorry, I need to take a short rest.
We could go to my room.
That would actually be awesome. If that's cool with you.
Follow me. Okay, I went over your plans, and I think I get the idea. It's pretty mind-boggling, but it could work. We need to improvise here and there. I found some scrap metal to roughly model a frame for the device.
Let's get it started then.
I'm afraid there are a few integral components that need to be swapped in, though.
Okay, what are we looking for?
First, we need a source of energy, a very strong source. Second, a particle accelerator. That's going to be a tough nut to crack. Third, a potent coolant. The whole thing could blow up otherwise. Number 4, last but not least, an interface to control the device. Any kind of peripheral will do.
Okay, how do we begin?
The order doesn't really matter. I'll go to the village. Maybe I can find some substitutes for the missing parts.
Good, just bring them over. I'm sure I can patch them together somehow.
Let's do this.
Thank you, Hans. I'd already be dead if it wasn't for you.
Oh, you. It wasn't that bad.
You are awesome. I just wanted you to know that I'm eternally grateful to have met you. All things considered, dying may not be as bad as I always thought it might be.
Don't you say that.
Even if I don't make it, you need to stop her. Promise?
I'm beginning my search right now. This is the frame for our quantum discriminator. It's almost finished. We're just still missing an energy source. We also need a coolant. Also, an interface. And last but not least, a particle accelerator. It's the orgone collector. A couple of self-sealing stem bolts. A small collection of hydrinos. What's that gooey stuff? Is that your blood?
Oh, my body is disintegrating.
What do you mean?
It is the effect one has to bear when staying in another dimension for too long.
Does it hurt?
Yes.
An ectoplasm interference oscillator. A hyperlogic coupler. An empty jar. That's a prototype of the Valentine. A gift from a friend. A cosmic slipstream capacitator. That's the toolbox I've borrowed from Truda. Gasoline powder. It's an excerpt of the Tonklin diary. Interphasic coil spanner, quantum flux regulator, ODN recoupler, scissors. Locked. There's a brown tube inside. I could use it for the quantum discriminator. The kid will be traumatized for her entire life if I just disassemble her only friend. I don't think I can do this. Modern cuisine. A lump of minced meat in the shape of a hedgehog, garnished with spike-resembling breadsticks. Toast Hawaii. Cheese skewers. Looks a bit shabby. I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trash. Hi, Lainey. What's cracking?
They are showing the Great Twilight Area Celebration Marathon today. 12 hours of bliss in a row.
They are having the ever-so-riveting town fair outside. Wouldn't you like to go out to the real world once in a while?
The real world is in there, can't you see?
That's not the real world. It's a TV show.
I'll think about it. But for now, I need to keep on watching.
She's back in her parallel universe. She's back in her parallel universe. Truda?
So, Professor, did you take a look-see around the area?
You could definitely say so. I would like to ask you something.
Oh yes, of course.
Does the name Lazarus Taft ring a bell with you?
Haft. Oh yes, indeed. Doppelkopf player. If you ask me, he's a sham. Ripped my guests off to the last penny. Shady type. You better not get involved with him.
Oh, I think I already... well... Does the name Lazarus Taft ring a bell with you?
Haft. Doppelkopf. If you ask me, shady, you better not...
Oh. Ah, never mind. I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tannhauser.
Mr. Tannhauser? Step right up.
Hello. How do you know my name?
It's a small town. Penelope Hades. My sister and I run the boat rental over at the lake.
So, are there any prizes?
Our first prize is an all-day boat ride on the Trüberbrook.
How much for a ticket?
1 ticket, 50 pfennigs. But I'm afraid all tickets have been sold.
Bummer.
I'm sorry.
I'll be leaving then. The mere thought of cotton candy makes me shiver. The real thing is just gross. Out of competition. It's a shooting gallery for kids.
Patience, just a moment, pal.
Baron,
Mr. Tannhauser, good to see you.
the pleasure is all mine. How is Claus doing?
He is resting, my loyal Claus.
Are you enjoying the festivities?
Yes, take a look around. All these lights, the beautiful music. This is my Trüberbrook, in all its splendor and glory.
Have you ever heard the name Lazarus Tuft?
Taft, yes, a real good for nothing. It's not that I don't like strangers, especially if they come as tourists to my beautiful Truberbrook, but I was suspicious of this Mr. Taft right from the beginning. If you ask me, you better not mingle with him.
Oh, I think I already... well... I need to be on my way.
Until next time, Mr. Tannhauser.
I'll have a cone of roasted almonds, please.
A cone of roasted almonds right away. There you are, sir.
A leaden trophy. Like a trophy made out of lead.
Step right up! Step right up! Wanna put your bronze to the test?
Is there a prize to be won?
Course. The winner of the night gets a trophy.
Oh, okay. Consider me sold.
Right. That was, not so bad. Just between the two of us. You could use a little dose of vitamins, don't you think? Always remember, a healthy body equals a healthy mind.
Arr, beautiful here, ain't it?
Very. What's a sailor man doing out here in the sticks?
Well, I don't like water that much. I'm just so happy to be here with both of my feet on dry land.
But aren't those stereotypical sailor's clothes you were wearing?
So?
What happened to your leg?
Well, that happened on my second job at the piano transportation company. I don't really want to go into details, but thanks to the mercy of a rueful instrument manufacturer, I got me this nice new leg. And due to a timely taken disability insurance, I now may enjoy a quite decent invalidity pension. Far away from the stormy sea.
That's a nice story. Or is it a sad story? I can't decide. I think I'm needed elsewhere.
Take care!
Hansen's ice cream. I used to love it when I was little.
That's a ticket for the raffle. This must be my lucky day. My fishing rod. It's still here. I promised Trudy to bring it back.
The streetlight is flickering unsteadily. Typical case of light pollution.
step right up. Every ticket's a winner, no blanks, guaranteed. Our first prize is an all-day boat ride on the Trüberbrook.
See? I found a ticket.
Now look at that. You're a lucky fella. Now let's see what fortune has in store for you. Are you ready? This is your prize. A can of cat food. Generously provided by the Truberbrook Advertisers Association.
Oh my. Thanks, I guess.
Well, enjoy.
Baron,
Mr. Tannhauser, good to see you.
the pleasure is all mine. I saw you at the raffle, right? Did you win anything?
I won a pair of hiking boots. Take a look at me. How am I supposed to wander anywhere? You, on the other hand, Mr. Tannhauser, you look like the type to be struck by wanderlust once in a while. Oh, auf dem gelben Wagen sitzt ich beim Schwager vorn. Ja, so war das. What about you? Did you have any luck with your ticket?
I won this.
Excuse me, is that cat food by any chance? I am asking on behalf of Klaus. He loves cat food. Would you mind making a trade?
What do you have in mind?
You leave this delicious can of cat food to Klaus and me, and in return, I give you this new pair of hiking boots, size 13. What do you think?
Sounds like a perfect deal. So let's make it so.
It will be to your benefit.
Nice evening for a walk, isn't it?
Eerie.
There's something in the air. Can you smell it? Spruces.
Spruces, firs, pines. I was always bad at telling conifers apart.
Where spruces prickle, firs just tickle.
Fir? That's Tanne in German. Just like my name. Never thought about it.
Why? What's your name?
Tannhauser.
We'd pronounce it Tannhauser with an umlaut. German roots?
Yes, my grandpa.
Locked.
Beverly, I have made an astounding discovery. As it turns out, the town's only phone booth leads to some sort of secret passageway. It leads right into the Millennium Cooperative's control center. If I return to the portal empty-handed, no, not an option.
I have to insert a coin first.
There's a brown tube inside. I could use it for the quantum discriminator. The kid will be traumatized for her entire life if I just disassemble her only friend. I don't think I can do this. She's back in her parallel universe. I wanted to return your fishing rod.
Good! Did you get a bite?
Kind of.
There is a lot going on in this lake, I can tell you, Professor. Just the other day, I caught a red herring this big. So, let me take a look for your pawned item. Ah, there you are. Here's your whistle.
Whistle?
Well, yes, your whistle.
This is not my whistle.
Not your whistle? Of course this is your whistle, your whistle.
I'm sure I'd recognize this whistle if it were my whistle. I left you something completely different.
Right. What was it then?
My massage rod.
Your what? I don't have no massage rod in here. As I said, here is your whistle, Mr. Tannhauser.
Thanks. How are you holding up?
Don't worry about it.
You don't look so good. Sorry I said that.
No, it's cool, really. I get that a lot.
About the quantum discriminator.
Yes?
I totally lost track. What was it I was looking for again?
Take a look at these plans, will you? We need a power source as strong as possible. If this was my dimension, I'd recommend using one of those handy 90,000 volt batteries. I'm afraid that's not an option.
Whew. That's a lot of juice we're needing.
We do need a particle accelerator as well. Has to be small enough to fit in there.
A brown tube, maybe? From a TV set?
Could work.
I just had an idea.
An interface to control the device. Get creative on that. A keyboard, buttons, any kind of interface.
I understand.
And a really potent coolant. It's going to burst if you can't keep the temperature low.
What do you have in mind?
Water won't do. Think of something.
Okay, I'll be back soon. There's a brown tube inside. I could use it for the quantum discriminator. The kid will be traumatized for her entire life if I just disassemble her. I don't think I can do this.
Every ticket's a winner. No blanks.
I'll be leaving then. I think I have enough.
nation split in two. The next city is like 1,000 miles.
I don't even know where to go. I don't even know.
I just need a moment to reach operational temperature.
Every ticket's away.
I'll be...
These things on the ground. We call them fir cones. As a matter of fact, though, they're actually spruce cones. Did you know that?
What do you mean, actually?
Well, fir cones come to pieces when they fall off the trees. Spruce cones stay intact. Some things. You have to see them. You're from around these parts?
No, just visiting. Getting accustomed to it, I guess.
Me neither. I come here for the beautiful view.
Smoke?
No thanks. I quit.
The climate makes me feel a lot better, that's for sure. I'm not going to use this thing again. So what are you doing up here, all on your own? Fed up with all the hurly-burly down there?
I just like traveling. Always on the road, hiking and all that.
So you're taking a break?
Oh, I lost my hiking boots. They just slipped over the railing. And now they're gone. If you ask me, we are really all in the same vast backyard. All this madness. Looking for some kind of meaning. Anything at all.
Sounds a bit like you're going through a life crisis.
Oh no. Quite the opposite is true. I gained insight. That's what I did. Insight. Exactly. That's it.
What about the locals? Do you know them?
Most of them. I am actually visiting this place every year. Why?
You know a man called Lazarus Tuft?
Yes, I do. Fascinating man. He absolutely crushed me at Doppelkopf once. No one knows for sure where he came from and what he's doing here. Legend says he bought the old mansion in the woods off of his Doppelkopf millions. He rarely ever visits town. Hardly surprising the way folks keep talking around here. Anyway, let them talk. That's my position.
I saw you down there at the raffle.
Yes, I tried my luck.
Did you win?
Just a snuff box. Such a letdown. I've sworn off the devil's dealings. You?
I'm in possession of a pair of hiking boots. Didn't you say you lost yours?
Yes, indeed. I'd exchange anything from my inventory for a new pair of hiking boots. Would you trade with me by chance? Your hiking boots in exchange for my snuff tobacco.
Fair enough.
Oh, thank you. How nice. And they're a perfect fit too.
I've got to go.
Okay. Have a nice evening. Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Finally, I can make off again. I can hear the call of the wild. Farewell.
Farewell.
Arr.
So you have a fear of water?
Aye. Thalassophobia. It all started when I was a little boy, back home, on a sweet summer's day. I was swimming in the lake when my Uncle Ulf suddenly cannonballed in. I would always remember these two massive cheeks rapidly closing in. To be honest, it's still haunting me today. I nearly drowned back then. Later I realized that was the day I developed this terrible, terrible fear of everything deeper than a puddle.
I saw you at the raffle, right? Did you win?
Arr, just this voucher for a boat trip. Man, I hate water. You?
I won this.
Is that snuff tobacco? Oh man, I love snuff tobacco. Would you like to make a deal?
What do you have in mind?
Would you like to have the voucher in exchange? You know, the one for the boat trip, on that lovely lake. That's what I got at the raffle tonight.
That's from the local boat rental.
Yes! Do you want it?
Okay, let's make it so.
All right. Deal.
I won this voucher in the raffle.
I know.
How can you know?
Yeah, my sister told me. She's hosting the raffle booth tonight.
Who would have thought?
Hey, sweetheart.
Good evening. How much for the swimming animals?
Oh, just pick one. The season is over, and I have a gut feeling dinosaurs will be out of fashion next year anyway. My bet is on...
Extraterrestrials.
Maybe, yeah.
How much for the...
Oh, just pick the season.
I'll be leaving then. A swimming animal in the shape of the flying dinosaur, Pteranodon. It doesn't look all too seaworthy. There's a leak in the bow, and the paddle wheel seems to be missing. I see an environmental disaster of at least medium proportions. Beverly, my image of this innocent place has been tainted. I found a trash dump right in the middle of these woods, probably long established by the locals. The question arises, who would sink so low?
Keep out. Packets and groceries delivery. Whistle 2 times, leave delivery on doormat, and exit the area. No advertisements.
Hello?
These fruits are mine to pick up.
Gotcha! This is private property, and you're obviously on my turf. This time, boy, you've chosen the wrong neighborhood.
Forgive me, I didn't mean to disturb.
Didn't you read the sign?
I have to be home in time for supper.
Very funny. You're one of them. I know. Confess.
One of them? Oh no, not again. Okay, I'll tell you once and for all, I'm not an alien. I don't care what you believe.
A what? An alien? Ha! Now you think you've been clever, don't you?
No, sir. And just in case you want me to take part in any tests, let me tell you.
You government guys are getting more and more annoying.
Wait, government guys?
I already told you guys last time. Not on my watch. Name and rank, soldier. You're with the CIA, BND, HVA, FBI, NSA. Spit it out!
Name's Tannhauser. I'm a quantum physicist on vacation.
Liar! That's ridiculous! You better tell me the truth, or else... Say something!
What's with all that garbage?
Okay, I guess you're right. The quality of your lies doesn't imply a higher intelligence at work. Quite the opposite, in fact. So, what are you doing here anyway? The truth this time, the whole story!
Well, it all began a few weeks ago, when I got this notification that said I won a trip to Europe. I was stunned, but Aunt Lottie gave her blessings. A prize like this should not be forfeited, she said. I might even be able to discover some distant relatives. Also that I deserved a break. She only wished for me to return safe and sound. So after a brief visit to Berlin, I began my journey. And that's how I ended up here.
Interesting story. I mean, it's ridiculous, but I'm inclined to believe you. Now, about the part with the Millennium Cooperative. I always had the impression that something wasn't quite right with them.
Well then, bye.
Feel free to visit me anytime. We can go into all the details. Name's Lessing, by the way.
Detailed blueprints for a bunker layout. Odd. The landscape vaguely reminds me of home. It's a bass tuba. No way. Brass is my kryptonite, and contact allergies are nothing to joke about. I'd rather not sniff around. Self-defense. A shopping list. Rations, canned meals, tinfoil, magazines. This windmill provides electricity to the treehouse. Autonomous and sustainable. What's with...
That's Drowsy! He's me friend, sleepy fella!
Special Agent Hans Tannhauser. I'm with the FBI.
Very funny.
So why are you living out here on your own?
The government obviously believes that I'm a threat, so they declared me insane and put me in the sanitarium. Back in the days when it used to be a real sanitarium, before the cooperative took over. When things went down the drain, I realized that people like me have no place in a society like this. People like me have to disappear, go undercover. We have to resist until our day comes.
Ever heard the term Saturn portal?
Of course. In theory, the Saturn portal describes a kind of interdimensional opening, a gate to the stars, like a crossroads or a junction in space-time.
That sounds familiar. What do you know about the Millennium Cooperative?
I know they're a bunch of powerful people. A secret society, like the Freemasons or the Illuminati. They are directing from the shadows, globally, playing governments like puppets on strings. They surely built something fishy up there in the mountains. I always knew it.
Crikey, you must have been down the deepest depths of the rabbit hole.
Of course I have. If you look at the ancient Sumerian and Babylonian writings, you will see a pattern emerge that... Ah! You hear that hum? Stop it! Make it stop! Stop, stop, stop! It's them! They try to slowly drive me insane with their atomic radiation!
That sure sounds a lot like science fiction to me.
Well, it's all arcane theoretical physics, blending modern science with occult magic. They are trying to establish a connection to the southern pole of Saturn using Birkeland currents. Birkeland currents, ever heard of that? They flow through the Earth's magnetosphere out into the cosmos, in form of an electric plasma stream, a twisted helix, a conduit right up to Saturn, to free the entities trapped in there. If you look at the northern pole of Saturn, you will recognize that shape, the hexagon.
I think I've heard enough. Nice talking to you.
Feel free to visit me anytime. We can go into all the details.
The perfect spot for a bench. This light bulb is wind-powered, 100% clean energy.
Hey, sweetheart.
Good evening. About the paddle boat over there? It doesn't seem particularly seaworthy.
Why? What's wrong with it?
I think it has a leak. The paddle wheel isn't in good condition either, if you ask me.
Oh my. You see, I'm afraid it's the last of its kind. Its friends are already lined up at the dry dock. Do you think you could help me fix it? I can't really leave my post right now.
I'll have a look at it.
It's much too cold to go for a swim right now.
This should fix the leak. This should suffice for a paddle wheel.
It's much too cold to go for...
Ahoy.
The woods surrounding Trüberbrook emanate a dreary sense of blandness. I've rarely ever been engulfed in a more terrifying, dreadful environment. Not to mention there is a green glow spreading through the fenwoods. Interesting.
No trespassing. Sensational discovery. Signed, the Paleontological Society of Truberbrook. A theropod, king of dinosaurs. Extinct since at least 70 million years. Just thinking about it blows my mind.
Beverly, I now stand right in front of the legendary Truberbrook specimen. This close, I find it all the less surprising people here have cultivated the myth of a sea monster.
As Grandma used to say, when lost and dire in the mire, it's best to... I forgot. It was something about the way, though. Poor sod. Stuck in the mud. Literally. Let's see if he had anything on him. Only if it helps to clear his identity, of course. An old rusty key. He won't be needing these anymore. They did their job. Or did they? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Locked. I can't reach them from here. Oh, I'm not feeling too well. Good idea, Hans, but that doesn't work at all. Good idea, Hans, but that doesn't work at all. Something's glowing green. I can't reach them.
Good idea, Hans, but that doesn't... Good idea.
Ahoy.
You fixed the boat! How can I ever thank you?
Don't worry about it.
No, I insist. Please take this as a symbol of my appreciation.
This postcard will help me find my way around.
Thanks.
Look who we've got here.
I see you're making good use of those boots.
These boots are made for walking. Thanks again.
My pleasure.
You're looking a bit pale, if I may say so. Here, have one of these. They always work for me.
Vitamin pills?
Si, claro. They get the juices flowing and make you look gorgeous. All based on herbal essences.
Thanks. I have to be going.
See you later.
Step right up! Step right up! Mister, want to test your strength again?
Why not?
Wow, not too bad. Not too bad at all. I think we have a new champion. Congratulations! Here, this is your prize.
A leaden trophy. Like a trophy made out of lead.
This one's a real beauty.
Thanks.
Patience, just a moment, pal.
Truda?
Hello, Professor.
I would like to ask you something.
Oh, yes, of course.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's a drunkard. He's also not the most reliable type of person, if that counts as a feat. As you see, he's just left me here alone with all this work that needs to be done.
Can you give me a description?
Should you run into him, is that why you are asking? Tall grown, beardy type, red nose, always wearing those yellow rubber boots. Why do you want to know?
I think I may have met him. I found his mortal remains out there in the mire. I'm sorry.
Are you sure?
My condolences.
Oh, Heinz. Poor old Heinz. Rest in peace. Can't say I'm really surprised. Thank you very much. I will inform the inspector immediately.
You may call off the police.
How come?
It was a simple misunderstanding.
But the inspector is already on his way.
Then just call him off in person if he's early.
As you wish.
Would you mind looking for my real deposit?
Come again?
My massage rod.
Your what?
Never mind. I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Ten.
Perfect fit. Beverly, I have unearthed the gate to a sealed crypt, the cellar of this lodge. My descent begins. This is what Professor Lidenbrock must have felt when he climbed down the Snæfellsjökull. I can hardly see a thing. Light the way, my friends. Trüberbrook's finest dry yeast. It's a recipe for Bolzenschuss Schnapps. Top secret. Let's see. Fruit, add malt, add yeast, season with a pinch of slumber morale. Dead simple. Malt. I need to find a way to ignite the gas. Fire making first. I can probably walk on water with this. Ahoy. Truda?
Hello, Professor.
I would like to ask you something.
Oh, yes, of course.
Got a light?
Sure thing. Here you go.
Ah, never mind. I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tannhauser.
I can hardly see a thing. Light the way, my friends.
The recipe mentions malt for the mash. The recipe mentions malt. This looks promising. The recipe mentions dry yeast or a similar catalyzing agent. Only one more ingredient. Yikes! I'm going to take a sample. For science.